So the Yankees starting pitching was actually pretty good last year. Gerrit Cole, Jordan Montgomery, even Jameson Town down the stretch. They had guys who showed up and showed out in terms of their ability to pitch, but they really didn't have the stability that they wanted in their rotation. Guys were in and out of that rotation constantly due to injuries, COVID, all those other things. And while you can't really control COVID outbreaks, there are guys who are more injury prone than others, and there are guys who just can't handle a 180 inning workload in a season. And so I'm not going to ask the Yankees, to go out and splurge in terms of financial resources, but they do have prospect resources to go and get a big-time starter, and I think Frankie Montas is the perfect big-time starter for him to go out and get. John Heyman, way back before the lockout even started, reported that the A's were listening to trade offers for Frankie Montas, and so he's on the table. The Yankees should totally go after him, and I want to talk about him today because I really do think he's a stellar pitcher. With that being said, though, you know to follow me at Ryan Garcia ESM. You guys know to check out Empire Sports Media for all your New York sports content. You know to subscribe to Fireside Yankees for all your Yankees content. So, with that being said, let's get into today's video.
Got him! The pitch to Stanton, swung on, and drilled deep to left field. There it goes! 21. That one is driven out to center field and deep. Going back, Springer on the track, looking up, see ya!
Now, when it comes to his 2021 season, he pitched like a true ace. A 4.1 F4, 3.37 FIP, and over 200 strikeouts and 180-plus innings of work is ace-type stuff. He's giving you elite FIP numbers, an elite wins above replacement, and a ton of strikeouts as well. He truly does a lot of things well, and he truly does have the makings of an ace, and putting him behind Gerrit Cole would mean you have one of the best number twos in all of baseball. Now, is he a Max Scherzer type number two? No, but would he still be probably the best number two in the American League? There's a good argument for that. And I think that's where you want to be with your rotation. You want to have a guy who can be that workhorse number two behind Gerrit Cole. And it also gives you the option of potentially having Luis Severino be a 3 starter. And when he's fully healthy and things are going well, potentially going back into that 2 spot and now having Frankie Montas and Luis Severino as a 2-3 situation. Jordan Montgomery becomes your 4 starter where he's definitely going to flourish there. And you have Jameson Town as your 5 starter. And that's a really good rotation. You have depth in Nestor, Michael King, Luis Heel, Davy Garcia, and Clark Schmidt. And you also have a strong bullpen as well. So this should allow the Yankees to finally have that really strong, really healthy, really dependable pitching staff that they've been looking for what feels like forever. Now, does this help the Yankees offensively? Obviously not. But does it strengthen a part of their team that was always pretty good and now becomes even better? Yes. Strengthening your rotation not only makes your rotation better, it makes your bullpen better, pushes guys to the bullpen that were starters and can really do a lot better in that bullpen. And it also gives the Yankees option, it gives them reliability, it gives them that safety net that they need. With that being said, though, what could it take for the Yankees to get him, and what should they expect out of Frankie Montas in 2022 if they are to trade for him? I have the Yankees trading Everson Pereira, Clark Schmidt, Alexander Vargas, and Austin Wells in return for Frankie Montas. This is more of a quantity over quality package. Instead of just sending Oswald Peraza and another prospect, the A's get 4 prospects, 3 of them who are still their ways away from the Major League level, and one of them who is now Major League ready in Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt's going to provide a lot of Major League innings and be a controllable starter for the A's, someone that they can have in their rotation, and maybe he becomes one of the best pitchers in their rotation, but it's very unlikely that Clark Schmidt ever hits his ceiling. But if he is, somewhat decent, he is, again, a cheap, controllable starter for the A's, which is pretty valuable. And Vargas and Wells provide a lot of upside as prospects, but Pereira is really the crown jewel here. He is a phenomenal offensive player, really dynamic speed-wise, and is a stellar prospect for the A's to pick up, someone that I think could reach a Major League level within the next 2 to 3 years. Overall, both parties walk away with what they're looking for. The Yankees walking away with a really good starting pitcher, and the A's walking away with some prospects to bolster their farm system. And I think this is a pretty fair trade. The Yankees may have to give up a little bit more, but overall, I think it's a good starting point for a trade conversation. With that being said, though, what should you expect from Frankie Montas in 2022? Frankie Montas projects really well for 2022. 170 and a third innings pitched, a 3.2 F4, 3.54 ERA, 3.65 FIP, 186 strikeouts, and a 1.19 WHIP would make him one of the better number twos in baseball. And again, show that he is a very, very, very good pitcher and someone worth acquiring for the New York Yankees. Now, Zip's projections aren't the exact thing that'll happen in 22. He could over or underperform it, but the fact that projections side with him pretty well and the fact that he had such a strong 2021 season only shows how good of a pitcher he is and how reliable he should be in 2022. With that being said, though, let me know what you guys think about Frankie Montas. I'm Ryan Garcia from Fireside Yankees. You guys know where to check me out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ryan, out.
Listen close, what is this? Is it heartbreak? Is it truly what it feels like? What it sound like? What it's truly at a sharp teeth in the chest, cancer all in the breast and the feet and the bruise. Feeling like a pawn to the degree that he's smooth, but I never been a piece of the evil in the room of these tricks. Niggas with they mask, I presume. I'm telling if I got a load, I swear I resume. On my conquest.